Hello everyone. For this video I'm going to show you some new Blu-ray pickups that I got. And when I say new, they're not all brand spanking new. I think maybe like one or two might be. But for the most part, these are all used. I get these really cheap for only a few bucks at a used store that I go to. They get a lot of Blu-rays that people are turning in now because a lot of people, I guess, are going over to 4K. So because they're doing the 4K discs, they're unloading their Blu-rays. But what cracks me up is every time there's a new advertisement from the store that, hey, we've got in 200 new Blu-rays to check out. Check out these turn-ins. Every time I do that, 99% of them are things you see all the time. You know, Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, movies from the 2010s and 20s. I mean, you're not exactly going to get Casablanca coming in these batches, or anything like that. It cracks me up how a lot of people, they think that cinema didn't exist before 1999 or something like that. It's amazing. But anyway, these are the things that I managed to get, and at the end I'll show you some DVDs for which ones I picked up and for what reason. All right, first we have, and I don't know if I have these three already. I've been picking up so many used movies on Blu-ray that I don't even know if I already have it. I might have this already. I don't know. Anyway, but just a $3 or $4 each. All right, Iron Man. Okay, and I have Iron Man 2. This one is sealed. It's never been opened, so there's like a new one. And we have Iron Man 3. I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen the other two. Okay, here's an oldie from like 1982, I think, or something like that. Porky's. I saw this in the movie theater back in the 80s. Never seen it again since. And I only remember the one iconic risque scene. That's it. This one here, I see the sticker still on it. This also seems to be pretty much new and sealed. This is a movie called It's Complicated. I'm a big Meryl Streep fan. I think she's the greatest actress, and not wild about Alec Baldwin, but Steve Martin is in this movie. I saw this in the theater, and I remember liking it in the theater, so I thought, when you're there and you're looking at these movies and you're thinking, wow, they're so cheap, I could get a whole bunch of movies. You don't want to get a lot of dead weight that you're never going to keep watching. But sometimes, because they're so cheap, you try a movie that you've never heard of before. Now, here's an example of that. Okay, I've never really heard of this movie, and it's got Sylvester Stallone in it. I like Stallone to a point, so I figured, all right, this is like for like $4 getting a rental. I used to pay like $3 or $4 just for a rental movie, so that's what this really is. We'll see if I like it. It's called Bullet to the Head. And I'm sure a lot of you will tell me if it's a good movie or not. I'm guessing it might not be because you never really hear about it. All right. I'm trying to get all the updates on Superman and all that, for better or worse. We'll find out. But this is Man of Steel. Got that on Blu-ray. And again, I think I picked up a couple of Superman movies too that I have. All right. Next up, right along that line, I'm going to show you this. Batman versus Superman. I've never seen this movie. However, I did see a little bit on TV, and it was utterly ridiculous how they had to I don't know, toughen up Batman in order for him to fight Superman or whatever they did. But we'll see if it's any good. I thought I had this already, but now this is a classic, of course, Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange. I don't know if I already have this. Okay, I looked at my Blu-rays, and it's not there. I put them in alphabetical order, so it's not there. This one I was surprised to find. I got this on an old DVD double feature from Midnight Movies on MGM. This one is Panic in Year Zero. It's kind of a really interesting apocalyptic movie from the early 60s, and you've got Ray Milland in it. Now, this was pretty amazing. This television series is on AMC, or was on AMC for many seasons. I watched the first season of this, and it was pretty good. I never saw any other seasons, so look what I found here. I found 2 seasons of The Walking Dead, the whole season. $4 for this season. This is season 3 and season 2, so I can catch up and watch season 2 and season 3. I mean, I haven't seen season 1 since it first aired, so it's a long time ago. I don't really remember that even. But I don't know why I never really just got into the series. I really should have, but for $4 a season on Blu-ray, hell yeah, I'll try it out. Okay, the rest I have here are all DVDs, and let me explain as I go along why I got these. Okay, this here is Flesh for Frankenstein. There's a movie called Blood for Dracula that I have. I think I have a Criterion of this. I'm pretty sure Criterion also did this. Now the DVDs are not as expensive. I think the DVDs are $3 each. You know, this is new. It's sealed. It's never been opened. I never got this. I've seen this movie. I've even seen this movie in the theater in 3D, I believe. You know, Flesh for Frankenstein, also known as Andy Warhol's Frankenstein, is a lot of nudity and it's really perverse. I never liked it enough to own it, but when I was in the pile and I saw it new on this, I figured why not. And I have to tell you also that the TV that I have plays and shows DVDs pretty well, actually. You know, I mean, Blu-ray is where I'm at. I like high definition, but some of these with the controls set a certain way, I'm liking the way the DVDs look as well. But I will not buy DVDs, you know, exclusively. Only once in a blue moon. Now, I'm going to show you this and I'll explain it. This is Exorcist: The Beginning. All right. I recently watched Exorcist 2 again. I rewatched it. Whew, don't ask me why. I just got Exorcist 2 on Blu-ray, so I watched it again. I had a hankering to see Exorcist: The Beginning, and I know that I had it once upon a time, but when I checked my DVDs back there, it's gone. I must have unloaded it a long time ago. But this was $3. Now, of course, it says $12.99 Best Buy originally, but I only paid $3. It's sealed. So again, just for watching purposes. What the hell? And I remember this having a kind of gritty look to it visually. You know, some of these movies that don't look super clear to begin with, I don't really know why you need it to be really upgraded. Next up, we have, still sealed, a Bela Lugosi movie called Postal Inspector, which I don't have. This was from a company called Alpha Video. There was this really cool company years ago called Alpha Video, oldies.com. They used to put out really hard to find movies, mostly older ones that you couldn't get anywhere else. A lot of these look crappy. A lot of the quality on these are real bad because they usually use old 16 millimeters or choppy prints, whatever they could find. But some of these movies, what the hell, you know. Next up, I have a Drive-In Discs double feature, The Screaming Skull and Attack of the Giant Leeches. And the reason that I really bought this was for the Giant Leeches. It's supposed to be called Attack of the Giant Leeches, which is just called the Giant Leeches. Maybe I got the title wrong, the Giant Leeches. But what's cool about these discs from Elite Entertainment was they recreate the drive-in experience. In other words, you have audio options where you can watch a movie and you can press the audio option, which will either present the movie as it ordinarily is, or they'll have sound effects from the drive-in to make you feel the ambience so that you're actually sitting in your car in the 1960s or 70s watching a drive-in movie. You'll hear people walking back and forth, other car doors in the distance, you know, closing. You'll hear the gravel. They used to have this gravelly, sandy sound as people walk to and from the snack stand where they get goodies to eat. And also they have a speaker sound like you used to with those really cheesy car speakers on your window, and that's how you heard the sound, the audio back in the day. So they have the option to hear the sound sounding like it's coming from a little car speaker. And finally, I got collection 1 of Tales of Tomorrow, also another one that's still in shrink, sealed, never used. And I got it primarily, I'm pretty sure I have this, but again, I looked and I didn't see it on the shelves. So maybe I got rid of a lot of these once upon a time. It's got Lon Chaney Jr. in a hilarious, unintentionally hilarious broadcast of Frankenstein where he plays the monster. The story is that Lon Chaney, he was an alcoholic, and Lon Chaney kind of was drunk on this occasion, and he thought that they were shooting the dress rehearsal. It was actually going out live. So he played the monster, and he actually thought that this was not the actual broadcast for people. He thought this was just just fooling around. So he did all kinds of things. He went through the motions. Like if he was supposed to pick something up and smash it, since it was the dress rehearsal, he would pretend he was picking it up. He really wouldn't pick the chair up. He would pretend to. He didn't want to break any of the props before the actual performance. You know. Well, it was the actual performance. You lush. You know. That's what it was. Anyway, that's it for this time. Thanks for watching.